Council approved plans to move forward with the transformation of the former Crossroads Mall site.
6 News' Johan Marin has been tracking the latest updates. He joins us live in the newsroom with more.
Yeah, John and Aaron, the project aims to completely renovate the old Crossroads Mall site into a mixed-use development. The team behind the project is starting with work on 3 areas at the site. That is Block D and E, that will be used to add new businesses, more entertainment, and green space, while Block B will be used for multifamily living space. All blocks will have underground garage parking, and the development team says these new additions are necessary specifically for an intersection like 72nd and Dodge that sees a lot of traffic.
I see Nebraska as a great place of opportunity, and Woodbury Corporation looks forward to doing more and more in the state of Nebraska for that reason. And so this project's very important to us.
The development team says once renovations are done, it will be a place for big events, including sports games and food festivals. The timeline on when this project will start is unclear. On your side in the newsroom, Johan Marin, 6 News.